Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SBR Picks. Arsenal and Hull City lock horns at Emirates Stadium on Saturday. Now, whilst on paper you'd immediately be drawn to the Arsenal win over a team who narrowly avoided relegation last year, but with all Arsenal's injuries and suspensions, could the playing field be that little bit more even? Well, here now to run through this match from a betting perspective is William Hill's in-play radio host, Lee Phelps. Lee, welcome to the show.
Good to be here, Natalie.
Now, do you think the playing field is a bit more even with the Gunners having 14 players injured or banned, or are you still expecting them to dominate Hull?
I'm not sure about dominate. I agree with you. The injury situation's crazy. I mean, there've been a lot of the big newspapers here questioning this problem. But don't forget, Hull have had 14 players away on international duty, and that's something new for Hull as well. They've built this squad to cope with the Premier League and Europa League, and so they've had a lot of players away. So I think that might level it out a little bit for Arsenal. And Arsenal have still got a better squad than Hull. If Hull are struggling with players as well, because they've only got back maybe Thursday, and only one day in England before they play again at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Could level things out, Natalie.
Yeah, well, Arsenal here priced 1.4, the draw 5 and Hull 9. So obviously the value's gone there for the Arsenal win. Could you push it to Arsenal half-time, full-time at 2.1, or is that not something we may see?
Yeah, I think it'll be one of those situations where I think Hull will be very, very happy if they come away with a draw from this game. They've had lots of goals in their games recently. I don't see them having the energy to really go and take the game to Arsenal. So I think they'll try and contain Arsenal. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal did get a goal in the first half, but it could also be one of those where it takes them maybe an hour to break Hull down because of their fatigue and because they've got so many injuries. So I'd probably veer away from it, if I'm being honest. Just because I'm worried that Arsenal might take some time to get there. I could see it happening, but I'm not 100% confident to go for the half-time, full-time at that price.
Yeah. Who can you see Arsene Wenger using for a starting 11?
Arsenal themselves?
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at who they've got in the squad, I mean, there's still plenty of excellent players, aren't there? It's not like they're struggling for players. I mean, you look at the likes of the obvious people, you know, that Mertesacker will play, Koscielny will play, Gibbs, but Bellerin, one of the very young players there, 19, be his first Premier League start. If he plays, that will be interesting because Hull do like to counter down the wings, and he could have it all on. But you've still got the likes of Flamini. You've still got Wilshere, who started in the England game in midweek. He was the best player for England. You've still got Sanchez, Cazorla, Chamberlain and Welbeck. So it's not like they're down to the bare bones. We've still got quality players. He's just not their first team. For instance, Mesut Ozil missing. He just started to get a little bit of form together. And him, Sanchez and Welbeck in that kind of front three, if you like, was working. Now Cazorla has to come in. I just think they'll be disrupted a little bit. So I'm looking at an Arsenal win, but not massively convincing.
Yeah, OK. Well, last meeting was back in May at Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal won 3-2. Now, Hull has scored 4 goals over 3 away matches, and with Arsenal's leaky defence and injuries, are we looking at both teams to score? And that's priced at 2.
No, I don't think Hull will get a goal here. I think what Arsenal will do is they'll go back to basics. I think Hull will set up for a draw, and I think Arsenal won't go crazy in the first half. I think both teams will be happy to just feel each other out for a little while. I think what will happen is Arsenal will either get that goal, as you suggested, just before half-time, or they'll get it after half-time around the hour mark. I can see Arsenal win this 1 or 2-0, a very business-like display. Don't forget, they've got Anderlecht away in the Champions League next midweek, and that's a huge game for Arsenal. So I think if Arsenal do get the job done and get the goals in early, I think they'll just try and kill the game.
Right. Well, if you think that Hull will be sort of like angling for that draw here, would you then maybe more lean towards the under 2.5 goals, and that's priced at 2.3?
Yeah, I would. I mean, all the stats say over than the goals. I mean, there have been over 2.5 goals in five of Hull's last 6 away games in the Premier League. Hull have scored at least 2 goals in each of the last 4 matches, conceded at least 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 away matches. So it seems ridiculous to go under 2.5. But I've had a bit of success in recent weeks where something is, odds on over 2.5. I've kind of gone against the grain. I mean, you're getting a price of, decent prices for the 13 to 10 for the under 2.5. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge surprise if it happened. An Arsenal 2-0 win would land you that. So yeah, I'm going to go unders just because of what you've talked about, the fatigue for Hull and the injury situation for Arsenal. I think it'll be a bit of a drab game in a way. To get more value, I do think Arsenal win. Arsenal win and under 2.5 is worth looking at as well. You can get around the 4 mark for that.
That's right, yeah. I found their odds of 3.6. I think it all depends of whether we can see a goal from Hull, whether you're actually leaning towards, Hull scoring, both teams to score. If that's the way you're going, we could very well see the over 2.5 goals. But I think I'm with you, Lee. I do like the under and also the combination of Arsenal and the under 2.5 goals, which brings in 3.6 here. Would you say that's the best way to play this match?
Yeah, I think, I think Arsenal will win. I think they'll be under 2.5. You could take either of those as singles, but I'm going to go Arsenal and under 2.5. That's my favourite bet in the game.
All right, same here. Lee Phelps, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.